Oh, hello. Welcome back to Your Daily K-Pop, where we examine the Korean music industry. I'm your host, Gabriel, and today's topic is the competitive culture of K-pop. To talk about the competitiveness of Koreans, culture critic Lee Moon-won says, quote, "Koreans spend the same effort on everything, whether it's college entrance exams or an office job. Korea stands for hard work," end quote. And there is evidence of this, as Korea has a top education system, are top performers in video games, and of course, the K-pop industry has performed well recently, making $4.7 billion US in 2016. But for the idols themselves, this is not all positive. What we are arguing today is that South Korea's competitive culture casts a long shadow on the lives of K-pop idols. By long shadow, we mean having a negative impact in the form of stress, depression, and sometimes suicide. To examine this argument, we're going to look at three main areas of competition. Number 1, competition between trainees. Number 2, competition between groups. And number 3, competition between fans. Our first point is to talk about the competition between K-pop trainees. In Korea, there's a show called Produce 101 where groups are created by having the public vote on top trainees from entertainment companies. This show is basically a microcosm of the K-pop industry. Thousands of teens compete with one another to be trainees, and from these trainees, even fewer get selected to debut. An article from the Straits Times talks about how competition is intense, as all trainees have been selected from top singing contests and reality TV auditions. Staff members put pressure on trainees by telling them to quit if they are unsure about becoming stars, and bring in backup trainees to show them they are replaceable. Somi from IOI said that she felt nervous all the time during the training process as people kept getting cut. From the same article from the Times, journalist Lee Hak-jun explains how entertainment industries are simply looking to make a profit, which is why they treat idols poorly. An excerpt from authors Ono and Kwon from the Korean Wave talks about how creating K-pop trainees is a systematic process. Trainees go through rigorous training for 5 to 10 years before they are finally selected to debut. It is expected that your personal life be sacrificed in order for your K-pop life to succeed. In this video, Stella Kim, a trainee who could have been an SNSD, talks about how her weight would be measured publicly in front of the other trainees, and she was shamed if her weight did not decrease. Here's a quote from her. Quote, "The thing with self-image and confidence is that we're always constantly going through a struggle, because we all live relative to one another. We're always comparing ourselves to other people." End quote. We mentioned Koreans' strong work ethic and their top education system previously. In Korea, in order to be successful, most likely you'll have to be smart and do well on your exams. An article from Beyond Hallyu mentions how if you're unable to do so, there are not many safety nets in terms of jobs. So in some cases, trainees who might not have done well in school are fighting to achieve better lives. Another contributing factor as to why trainees are willing to push themselves hard to achieve success is that their families are counting on them. Author Swee-Lin Ho talks about how parents are willing to spend a majority of their household budget on their child's education and extracurricular activities if this means that they can achieve success. These temporary sacrifices are worth the future gains if their children do indeed become global superstars, so trainees have this extra burden on their minds to compete hard. Our second point is to talk about the competition between K-pop groups. K-pop takes competition to a whole new level between groups, with chart success making a difference between fame and fortune or disbanding. Music chart success proves to the group's company and to the public how invested the fans are, and whether they can be profitable. There are 6 different major music chart shows that air each week, with each group vying for a win to help solidify their status. An example of this is found in this article by Koreaboo. Rappers Bobby from iKON and Mino from Winner experienced this firsthand during their collaboration called Mob. The YG friends and label mates released 2 singles together, which were well received amongst fans, with more than 24 million YouTube views on the singles collectively. However, Mino revealed that future promotions under Mob would not be happening as their label was unimpressed with the chart rankings. This harsh reality is faced by several K-pop stars. Prince Mac, aka Henry, was a member of K-pop idol group JJCC for 2 years, debuting in 2014. In a series of YouTube videos posted by Prince Mac after leaving the group, he reveals the difficulty of becoming a semi-popular idol group. His company forced him to work around 18 hours a day for little to no money in order to try and increase their popularity amongst other popular groups. He states that despite not drinking alcohol in his personal life, he often felt pressured to drink during important business dinners in order to help secure his group a spot on TV shows. He states that because he was so focused on competing and working hard to be a good idol, he was unable to see his mother for 4 years due to training. In Sun Jung's book called Korean Masculinities and Transcultural Consumption, he coins this term manufactured versatile masculinity, which means masculinity that is, quote, multi-layered, culturally mixed, simultaneously contradictory, and most of all, strategically manufactured, end quote. This quote explains how idols are manufactured in presentable ways to the domestic and international audience. As Jung says, there needs to be variety in appearance and skills to attract fans. These traits are apparent in all idol groups manufactured by the music industries. The agencies want idols to be attractive to audiences, so they make their idols conform to certain images. With strong competition between idol groups and pressure from agencies, idols often sacrifice their own individuality and personalities for what the agencies think will sell. Our third point is to talk about the competition between fans. Professor Otmesgen says that, quote, popular culture plays a constructive role in pulling people closer together by providing them with a shared experience, end quote. Through their common interest of K-pop, international fans interact with one another on social media to support idols. Sometimes, fans compare their favorite artists with others by bringing them down. Our belief is Korea's competitive culture is a major cause of intense rivalry between these fans. In the 2017 Mnet Asian Awards ceremony, fans of EXO were behaving poorly because they were upset that WANNA1 members were sitting in front of EXO members, making it hard for them to see EXO. Some EXO fans then bombarded WANNA1 members with profanity, yelling at them to sit in the back where they belong, while EXO themselves did not respond and sat there stunned and silent as WANNA1 changed seats. This obviously hurt WANNA1's feelings and made EXO feel embarrassed regarding their fans' behavior. In this survey, it demonstrates how EXO was negatively affected because of their fans' actions. Here, EXO was ranked first as the celebrities whose images have been greatly damaged due to their fans' attitudes. When polled on which celebrities were badly influenced by fans, a large vote of netizens was polled for EXO. 67% of people also thought that EXO swore a lot and selected them as the #1 artist with the worst reputation. Knowledge In is an online Q&A platform where users share info online. One hot topic was, which of the three groups, WANNA1, EXO, or BTS, is the best? This resulted in fan wars, with arguments comparing different members with profanity. Another example is illustrated in all K-pop article about WANNA1 when they were on Produce 101. Fans who dislike WANNA1 and liked other people wrote negative comments online about WANNA1. To which program director An Jun-young of Produce 101 said, quote, after reading the negative comments, the trainees would feel intimidated and lack confidence, end quote. In our class reading by Turnbull, he signified that most Korean ads featured celebrities with the widest possible fan bases. Kang Daniel, who debuted with WANNA1, is currently named as one of the top 3 influential people in South Korea by the public and is featured in several ads. However, his increasing popularity meant that other idols had fewer opportunities to shine. This resulted in intense competition between Daniel's fans and fans of other idol stars on social media. The fans of these other stars tried to put down Kang Daniel by saying negative comments about his appearance, like small eyes and crooked teeth. A rumor also spread that Daniel was reportedly in a relationship with a Korean female rapper, Yuk Ji-dam. There's a big issue in Korea as Daniel's fans tried to protect him online, while others tried to portray him in a negative light with bad comments. On the same day of the scandal, there was the 2018 Chart K-pop Awards. Despite WANNA1 winning several awards, Daniel Kang was quietly sitting on the edge of the stage, unusual because he's usually a happy person, showing that he was disheartened about the whole situation.
Oh, welcome back. So we hope you enjoyed our content today, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about the competitive culture of K-pop and how it impacts your favorite idols. As always, this is Gabriel from Your Daily K-pop, signing out. See you.